This is Sportscentre.
Hey, immersive word on week 12 of the NFL season kicks off with a huge game tonight in the AFC as the Texans host the Bills on Thursday Night Football. Now, this Bills offense really got back on track last week against Tampa as it dropped 44 in a historic game for Josh Allen, who did something that has only happened 3 times in NFL history, as he scored 3 rushing touchdowns while also throwing 3 passing touchdowns. The other 2 times it happened, Otto Graham in the 1954 NFL Championship game. Yeah, we're talking pre-Super Bowl, so yeah, I'm sure you remember that one. And then last season also by Josh Allen. So yeah, 3 times in the entire history of the NFL, and Josh Allen has now done it twice. And you know we stand Josh Allen on this show, especially the producer who talks about him constantly and can't get him off his mind. And Josh will need to be at his best tonight against one of the best defenses in the NFL. And the Bills need to keep winning games if they're going to keep pace with the scorching New England Patriots, as the Bills are a game and a half behind New England, and still have one more matchup with the Pats in Foxborough in a couple weeks. And some interesting news regarding New England and that race for the AFC East. They're playing the Bengals this weekend, and Joe Burrow just went through 11 on 11 yesterday in Bengals practice, meaning it seems like there's a real possibility we can see him on the field against New England Sunday. But back to tonight's game. On the Texans side of things, they will once again be without quarterback CJ Stroud, who is yet to clear concussion protocol. So it'll be Davis Mills once again under center. And he's actually looked pretty good in the last 2 starts, leading the Texans to back-to-back wins and getting them to a 5-5 record. Now the biggest story on the Bills side of things is what's going on with Keon Coleman, who was benched Sunday against the Bucs. And according to Cover One, who broke the initial story of the benching last week, Coleman will reportedly be a healthy scratch once again tonight. But we won't officially know until closer to kickoff. You can watch the Bills and Texans tonight on TSN at 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific. But pregame gets started nice and early at 7 Eastern with TNF tonight. Leafs fans, you can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Well, I mean, I'm a Leafs fan and I guess I did after Nylander scored that goal. Just a little one. As I just mentioned, the 5-game losing streak came to an end with that Nylander goal Tuesday night. Now, it didn't come easy, as he had to do that in overtime against one of the worst teams in hockey. But hey, a win is a win, and you take them however they come. And if Toronto can build on this and go on a bit of a run, things could get very interesting in the Atlantic Division. Because that's the thing, as bad as this Leafs team has been, no one's really run away with the division, and it's wide open, as they're just 5 points back of the first place Red Wings. But is a turnaround for the Leafs really feasible? Or are we getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here? I know what all of Western Canada who's watching thinks, especially after talking to some Sasky boys in Winnipeg asking what was wrong with me because I was cheering for the Leafs. No one else from Saskatoon does that. Like, give me a break, okay? Well, the Leafs want to start a run. They got to beat the Blue Jackets twice over the next 3 games. And the Blue Jackets have quietly had Toronto's number of late, beating them 5 of the last 7 games against Toronto, including a huge 6-3 win earlier in the year. But it could be a different story for the Leafs tonight, especially with their game against Columbus being at home, since they've actually been pretty solid in games played at Scotiabank Arena. And if they can pick up another win tonight, they can maybe start building some momentum to overcome that slow start. Those of you in the Leafs region can watch the Blue Jackets and Leafs tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern. Okay, let's go back to football, because we got a great Thursday nighter to kick off week 12. So you know we gotta hit you with some fast facts powered by FanDuel. Okay, so let's put 40 seconds on the clock, and we're going in 3, 2, 1. Josh Allen has 10 rush touchdowns in the first 10 games of the 2025 season, becoming the 5th QB in NFL history to reach double-digit rush TDs in the first 10 games of a season. Allen is minus 115 to score a touchdown tonight. Allen is 6-0 in his career in Thursday night primetime games. The Bills are minus 5.5 tonight on FanDuel and minus 290 on the money line. When Josh Allen starts for the Bills on Thursday night primetime games, the offense scores 28.7 points per game. Their team total tonight on FanDuel is 24.5. Davis Mills has 1 career start against Josh Allen and the Bills, losing 40-0 in week 4 of 2021. Mills had a career high 4 interceptions and a career low of 23 passer rating. He is minus 118 to throw an interception tonight. Nico Collins leads the Texans. Oh, you know what? Almost. Yeah, you know what, guys? I just missed one, which might be my best read ever, and I stumbled a little bit off the top, so you're welcome. You can watch the Bills and Texans tonight on TSN at 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific. Pregame gets started nice and early at 7 Eastern with TNF tonight. Now joined by Ethan Belchetz, who will be representing Team CHL in the CHL USA Prospects Challenge next week. Ethan, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All 15 CHL players on the squad received an A rating from NHL Central Scouting, meaning they're likely first-round picks in the 2026 NHL Draft. How excited are you to play with such a loaded squad next week?
Yeah, it's such an honor to be selected for that type of team, and you have so much skill there and so many great players in the CHL, and I can't wait to get over there and see all the familiar faces and meet all the new guys.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like you guys are going to be going to team dinners, do some icebreaker games together.
Yeah, I assume we got some nice team dinners and some icebreaker games for sure. I think we're all going down the Sunday afternoon, so we got that night to kind of chill, hang out, get to know everybody. So that'll be fun to kind of get to know everyone throughout all the leagues.
How much internal competition is there going to be between the guys in the team? Because yeah, you're teammates, but at the same time, everybody wants to impress in such a big showcase.
Yeah, I think one of the things is kind of just making a brotherhood there. Want the best for your teammate. Obviously, you want everyone to do good there, and the reason we're going there is to showcase ourselves and kind of just showcase what the CHL is all about. So we want to kind of play as a team. It's a big 2 games there, and we want to come out with the win.
That's awesome. Thanks so much for doing this, Ethan. Good luck out there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You can watch the CHL USA Prospects Challenge November 25th and 26th on TSN. That's it for me today. I'll start back tomorrow at 3 New Pacific. Have a good one.